Stephen, why are you here?
To prove to my wife that I haven't been with anybody since we've been married, that I'm not gay and I'm not bisexual, even though I may have had the thoughts.
You have homosexual thoughts?
Right. Before we were married, I was with a guy.
Dating or?
While we were dating, yeah.
While you were dating your wife, you were dating a man or
No.
just having sex with him?
It was just oral sex with him, and it was one time with him. And then, we went to his house. I had no clue before we went there. And then...
you didn't have a clue about what?
Him being gay.
Oh. So you're like two guys hanging out.
Right.
Next thing you know, hey. What's going on? I'm confused.
She left. We were both really young. She was like 18, I was like 20. And then, so she broke up with me after she found out. We were broke up, I don't know, 3-4 weeks, something like that. And then we just started
during
talking.
that breaking up time, you didn't go back to the guy's house?
Didn't go back with him.
Right, just making sure.
No, didn't go back with him. And we got back together. We've been dating. We've been together 9 years, married 5 now. The 2 kids, 2-year-old and 4-year-old. And then, I guess it was about a month and a half ago, I started having thoughts again and was talking to a guy online and started texting him. Had plans to meet up with him, but never did. And then she found the text message and confronted me on it.
So you were planning on having an affair?
Right.
And why would you be doing that? I mean, are you happily married?
Yes, very happily married. Love my kids to death, love her to death.
So it's more of a, well, because if you're in a committed relationship, it doesn't matter if you're going to be with a woman or a man.
Right.
If you're going to have sex with somebody else, you're cheating, right?
Right.
So out of the blue, you haven't had homosexual thoughts for 10 years, and then?
There was like 3 or 4 other guys within, before we were married. Everything was before we were married.
Now, isn't it a possibility that maybe you're bisexual?
No.
No, not.
I've had thoughts, but I don't think I am.
And the audience votes no. So why are you trying to hook up with another man? I mean, listen. If you are bisexual, like I always think, you are born whatever you are.
Right.
If you're homosexual, you're homosexual. If you're heterosexual, you're heterosexual. I don't think you determine that.
Right.
It's in you. And if you're bisexual, maybe that's just what you are, and maybe you really need to, listen, I know you want to protect your marriage, but if these feelings keep coming out and that is what you are, wouldn't you want to say, well, maybe I need to deal with this issue?
I'm trying to work on it. I've been wanting to go to counseling. I've been wanting to talk. I've been wanting to work on the marriage. But I want to be with her. I want to be at home. And
you want to keep your marriage together.
Yes.
Now,
and
your
I
wife...
want to prove to her that since we've been married, I have not been with anybody else.
Girl or guy?
Girl or guy. Even with that guy, I didn't meet with him. When she found the text message, it had been like 3 or 4 days.
What stopped you from meeting with him?
She had found the text message, but...
Oh, okay. Come on, man.
It had also been like 3 or 4 days since I even talked to him or texted him or anything, so I didn't even have anything confirmed. So the only reason why
you didn't meet him was because your wife busted you?
Yes and no. I mean...
Yeah, you don't...
But like I said, I hadn't talked to him for like 3 or 4 days, so there was nothing even set in stone.
But the intent was you were going to meet with him.
The original intent.
What do you think would have happened if you would have met the guy?
I have no clue.
No. I think I have a clue. Did she throw you out of the house?
Yeah.
So you've been out of the house?
About 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
We still talk, though.
All right, here's your wife, Stephanie. Let's bring her out.
4 guys, you told me it was only 1. I believed you.
I'm sorry. It was while we were dating. And I've told you about it.
It was a one-time thing and that you were just experimenting, and I believed you.
I told you about it. You have asked me about it. I told you about those other 3 guys. I told you while we were dating. Yes, I have.
We have 2 kids together, and you're busy looking for another guy instead of worried about where your family's going to live or what job you're going to have.
I want to prove to you that I have not been with anybody else since we've been married.
If you're gay or bisexual or whatever it is, I can't change it. I'm a woman. I'm always going to be a woman.
I know that.
So if you need guy, you need to go somewhere else, and I need to
No,
move on
I
with
want
the
to be
kids."
with you. I don't want to be with him. I don't want to be with any guy. I want to be with you.
You didn't want to be with me when you were online.
I want to be with you. I had the thoughts
Okay,
pop
but
in my
wait,
head again.
she's asking a fair question. At some point, when you were typing away on that computer, saying, yeah, let's hook up, you wanted to be with that guy for a certain amount of time.
Right?
So let's reverse roles here for a second. What if you found your wife texting another guy saying, let's hook up?
I'd be
Let's meet
upset
at a
about
hotel. You'd be devastated, right? So whether it's
But if she didn't go meet him and
Only
we sit
because
down
he
and
You got
busted her?
busted. The second I found those text messages in that phone, without saying anything about the text messages, I'm like, so on Tuesday, you said you had class at 6 o'clock. And I'm like, so you have to leave at 5? And you're like, yeah, I have to leave at 5, so I'm there by 6. And then I confronted you and asked, well, why does it say that you don't have class until 7? And then I find your school notebook written on the front that class don't start until 7. And you had been lying to me
'Cause
for
I go
5
and do my
weeks already.
homework.
For 5 weeks?
I go and do homework, and I have been on campus every single day. You can ask anybody
What
on
What were you
campus.
doing on
Okay,
campus? Were
if
you using
that's-
that time to
No,
get online?
I was not. I
Hold
was
on.
doing homework.
Okay, if you're doing homework, why do you have to lie? The only time people lie is when they're up to no good. Okay, when you find this text message, what were you thinking?
I couldn't believe it. I was just shocked that he could be so manipulative to go behind my back and not show any signs of lying to me, and that it came so easily for him to lie to me. It makes me wonder what
And the
else he's lied to me about.
and truthfully, lying about what time you have to go to school.
Right. There's no reason to lie to me. I'm not like, no, you can't go.
Do you
no,
believe
you
your
can't.
husband's either bisexual or gay?
Yes,
You do.
I do.
And if he is bisexual or gay, I mean, bisexual you might be able to deal with, right? I don't know. I don't want to put words in your mouth. But being gay, certainly that would be a harder issue to deal with because
Right.
that would mean he wouldn't be attracted to you.
Exactly.
And I am attracted to you. I want to be with you, and I want to be with the kids.
But if you don't open up to your wife and tell her the truth, you're going to live a life of a lie. And who wants to do that? No matter, as much as it hurts, if this is what's inside you and this is who you are, and if you tell her the truth, maybe she can come to a point of understanding that.
I would have much more respect for him if he could just tell me
The floor is
he
yours.
wants to be a guy or whatever so that I can move on with my life. And my kids are young enough right now that it'll be an easier transition rather than waiting another 5 or 10 years where they're teenagers and are like, well, why is dad seeing this guy? Or
Right.
I don't want to be with him. I've had thoughts, yes, but I want to be with you. I want to be with you. I love you, and I want to be with you and the kids, and only you and the kids. I don't want to be with anybody else.
But again, if this is just the thoughts that are in your head and this is, you are attracted to men, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But if you're really going to make your marriage work, I think you have to really deal with it in an open and honest way, because she's saying, hey, if that's the way you are, I'll give you a chance, we'll work through it. But if you keep denying it, and you start sneaking around and trying to act out on these impulses, that's what's going to cause the destruction of your marriage.
in
You
all
know what I mean?
honesty, I really care about him, but I want him to be just as happy as I can be. And if he can be happier with a guy or somebody else, then that's what I want for him.
I want to be with you. I am happy with you.
He obviously did something wrong with trying to hook up with somebody else. If he wasn't trying to hook up with anybody, he just came to you and goes, yeah, I sometimes fantasize about men. Could you work through that?
Yeah, I'd be like, okay, well, let's go counsel. You know, you haven't stepped out. Let's go to counseling. Let's see
Right.
what,
Okay.
you know, if we need to talk about it or.
Okay.
And I've told her I want to. If, thoughts ever pop in my head again, I want to come to her and tell her about
Instead of popping
right,
up on the
instead of
computer.
going online or whatever.
Right. Do you want me to read these results, or do you want to just say, you know what, let's work on this?
No, I want the results.
Anything you want to tell her?
I have not
If there's
been
something to tell me now.
There's not. I have not been with anybody since we have been married. I promise you that.
All right, you took a lie detector test, Stephen, and we'll read the results now. Since being married to Stephanie, have you engaged in sexual touching with a man? Since being married to Stephanie, have you ever had oral sex with a man? Since being married to Stephanie, have you ever had sexual intercourse with a man? He answered no to all three questions, and he did not tell the truth.
I did. I have not been with anybody. I'm telling you, I have not. I have not been with anybody. Come here, please. I'm telling you, come here, please. Please, come here. I have not been with anybody since we have been married. I'm telling you, please look at me.
Don't touch me.
Please. I have not been with anybody else since we've been married.
Get away from me.
Here's the problem, Stephen. I think you have been untruthful to your wife, and the fact that she busted you with the online stuff, how can she believe you now when you fail the lie detector test?
I haven't been with anybody. Since we got married in 06, I have not been with anybody.
I don't know.
I may have talked to him, but I have not been with anybody.
Okay. See, more pieces keep falling out. You know, it was one guy, now it was three guys.
And I told her about the other three because she confronted me about it.
Listen.
She said, truthfully, how many have you been with? And I told her.
You're on the stage and you're admitting that you have lied to her, you have deceived her, you haven't told the truth about a lot of things. So is she really supposed to believe that, wow, you took this lie detector test, and how many times did we give it to you?
I think 3.
3 times.
Back to back to back to
Back
back.
to back to back. And you failed back to back to back.
I want to work on this, and I want to be with you and the kids.
No.
I'm telling you, since we have been married, I have not been with anybody else since I said I do.
We can't work it out. He wants to be with a guy.
No,
I'm
I
a woman.
don't.
I can't change that.
I don't want to be with a guy. I want to be with you. I want to be with you.
Well,
You may want to be with me, but in your mind, you want to be
No,
with somebody
I don't.
else.
I want to be with you. I want to go
Well,
and
you know
work
what?
this out. Come with
You know
me
what,
and help
Steve-
me,
You know what,
please.
Stephen? I'm telling you right now, I think your wife loves you, and I think she's hurt right now. Maybe she would give you another chance. But that chance will only start if you are honest, and you need to start telling her
Go and
the
talk
truth.
about it, please. I want to be honest with you.
So are you admitting you've been with somebody else then?
No, I have not been with
Well,
anybody
then
else
what are you
since
going to
we've
be
been
honest
married.
about if you're saying...
I told you.
Okay,
I was with
listen,
3 or 4 guys.
listen.
I've told you that.
Listen, he's saying he wants to be honest with you.
I
don't know
want
if this
to.
is a conversation you have in front of my cameras. I feel sorry for
go
you.
and talk about
and not because he's confused about his sexuality. When you found that he wanted to be with somebody else, that has to hurt, whether it would have been a woman or a guy. It doesn't
Right.
matter. When your spouse wants to be with somebody else, you feel like, what's wrong with me? Go back there, be honest, and save your marriage. Can you do that?
I can.
Go back there.